There has been an awakening. Have you felt
Doesn't
it?
work, sadly.
Introduction music. Which you guys can't
So does that work? It's fine. Thank you for letting me know.
Hello,
And we're gonna
what
have to
have
move
we
this.
here?
You guys are
When
so
we start.
funny.
Hello.
Holy shit.
C3 penis dick and R2 asshead.
Hello there.
Looking. Found someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good day, Galaxy Rogue Squadron Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am Opar.
I am Commander Cody.
We've got our
Tommy Boy.
we got a Tommy Boy guest. Welcome.
Catch
Tommy
the
Boy
gallery back there. This is about to be a goofy ass episode.
It's all right.
Thanks everyone for being here with us.
I'm gonna move this real quick. You can continue to talk to about this shit.
I don't have anything to say.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm fucking with my mic here.
Adjusting his mic.
I'm trying to get this.
Why don't you just take it out of the stand?
No, I'm moving it closer so I can
Oh.
adjust it properly. There
No,
we go.
you got the one on the bottom to tighten it up.
Yep.
You just gotta pick a way that you want your mic situated and stick with it.
Well,
See what happens?
welcome, guys. We've got greetings from Germany, by the way.
What up, Germany?
Thank you for
Thanks
tuning
for,
in. Sorry, we had
stopping on
our
over.
setup a one way, and I was completely fine with the boom stand and everything. I was happy with it, and then you moved it back, and I just
yeah. I see what you mean.
because we were the other way.
It keeps it more out of the way, I think.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I was
It's over.
so used to
over it.
holding things. You know who holds things? The devil. And he used no. Oh, that's right.
He totally. Yeah.
It's all right.
It's okay. Some
Welcome.
little Dewey Cox.
Rogue Squadron
nonsense there.
Podcast. If you guys want to subscribe to the podcast, you guys can go over to iTunes.
You probably don't want to
subscribe.
do that. You really don't want to.
That's all audio. Now we are also on YouTube, where you can
Yeah.
view our beautifulness.
And
I'm
Facebook
a
and-
mix between Billy D. Williams and Cher,
I don't know where he comes up with this shit.
the voice of a goddess. Billy D. Williams has a great voice.
What is happening right now? Yeah, this is about to be a goofy ass episode.
Hey, Mopa.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now. So, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
Episode 106. I don't think we said that
Yeah,
yet.
well, it's fine.
We do have a drinking beer.
We're drinking right now.
And I do want to give a shout out to Stone Brewing. They do a lot of experimental beers. So we picked up two of them. We're doing one as a drinking beer, and it's Stone's Ripper. It's a San Diego Pale Ale. We're not going to actually review this one because we got another one.
Spill beer on my computer.
Well, I'll spill it off the computer. Is that okay too?
That's fine.
Well, what would you guys give it, though, if you...
Well, we're gonna fucking review it. We're gonna talk about it. Might as well.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
See what's happening?
Peer review.
This thing is not tight enough.
Can we do a mic review? I mean, they're not. We need to get some new ones at some point.
No, it's just as long as it stays. There we go. It's not moving. It's fine with that. Okay. Sorry for the delay because someone doesn't know how to speak into a mic, and that's me.
Over here.
Yeah. So
It's
let's
good.
just jump
Delicious.
into
Pale
what
ale.
happened today. What
Very
happened this
bitter.
weekend? July 4th was last
July
weekend.
4th, yeah.
You got a little busy with the floor.
I ate no food and had like 20 beers. So
20
that happened.
beers.
God.
That sounds like a terrible time. Not for whatever reason,
It's a
but
great afternoon.
For some reasons.
last weekend, my family does a big thing, and we all just get blasted. But it's a real fun time. And actually, this year's July 4th party was a fucking blast.
good.
My grandmother's turning 90 this year.
Yeah.
So this is like, I mean, not to be morbid about it, but
She's getting into Yoda
you're
years.
getting up there, so you don't know how many July 4th she has left.
Right.
And her quote was, "This is the hardest I've ever laughed in my life."
That's good.
So it was something like, "Aw." It was special to me. Like,
That's good.
I'm part of the,
Laughter.
the belligerence. Yeah.
So in 90 years, you're the biggest jackass she's ever seen.
Pat on the back. I'm good. I'm fine with that.
Exactly.
I'm completely fine with that. But that was something special that I heard from her. But just the gist of it, we're going to start a family of a
Brewery drinking competition.
hostel in my cousin's
was
basement.
Not expecting that.
And grandma was going to be the top hussy, and she was going to be smacking all the hoes around.
A brothel, not a
brothel.
hostel.
That's what I meant. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Hostels are innocent. Brothels are
Not in
sexual.
sexual. Yeah, and grandma was going to be the top hussy. We went through through everybody. Uncle Jeff's going to be doing this and this and this and blah, blah, blah. It got belligerent real quick, and Grandma's over there with her 2 scotches laughing her ass off. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. You guys have both met that side of the family.
Yeah,
and
we were there
They
last
can
year.
get pretty belligerent, but it's always a good time.
I just
that's
can't
fun.
believe she's 90. I don't remember,
She doesn't seem 90.
She's got a young
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
She's very, very young. And I've asked her, like,
She has a quick
Grandma,
wit.
do you feel as, not like to be weird, but do you feel as old as you are? She's like, no. I feel
fuck
the
that shit.
same as when I was 30 as right now. Like, she's just
good.
full of,
Yeah. Goodness.
yeah, full of it. Just like me. Full of it. All right, guys.
Yeah, and then we hung out on July 4th, and then...
What did you guys do for anything specifically for July 4th? Like the weekend or
We were up in... We talked about this already.
Michigan?
Yeah, we were up in Michigan last week.
I didn't talk about
Over the
family
weekend?
thing, though.
Yeah, we did. You mentioned it.
Oh, well,
Last episode. Yeah,
I don't
everyone's
remember.
seen the same thing twice, and there's
Well,
nothing wrong with that. I have no
hope-
problem with that.
Have you ever tried German beer? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had a few. Yeah, Volter's Pilsner's good.
I didn't mean to get mad, but fuck off.
He's pissed.
I'm mad.
Yeah, Bitburger.
No, of
favorite
course,
Pilsner.
of course we have. German beers are definitely some of the best. It's hard to say that. It's easy to say that, but
Everything's
America, there's so many different types of beer in America now.
Yeah.
Even if it's a German style,
Yeah.
they're making it here now.
Yeah,
and
now that craft beer has exploded. Like that.
it's all over the place.
Like Amagang is one of my favorites, and it's literally a Belgian style brewery. So
Yeah.
as if they were like in Belgium with those ingredients, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, so no, it's all over the place, and I have no problem with that. I dig it.
No, you don't have to say sorry. I just got mad. I get mad for no reason.
We're easily triggered over here. It's nothing that has to do with you.
No, absolutely. German beers are definitely some of the best. German style.
I was like,
Saw
just
you
this
pointing
guy.
like,
No, so
shit.
I want to show this because it is kind of the new fad, and I'm glad. Let me get the. There we go. The
What,
glare.
cans?
No, it's like the
cardboard boxes.
The cardboard
New fad.
boxes, and it's like the 6-pack of cans. So instead of just like the carrying case, they're making these boxes now. But
with the seagull
you
containers.
got to think about it. You get like 2 extra spots where you can put like advertising or marketing or whatever. You got all 8 sides. I don't know how many sides there are to this. Bunch of them. 6 sides. But you know what I'm saying? I kind of like
I have
this
no idea
because
what you're trying to say.
Well, cardboard's also more easily recyclable than.
yeah, but the 6-packs are
Plastic.
recyclable.
Recyclable.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying because cans aren't usually put in the carriers like that. They're usually put with the plastic.
Oh, here we go. One of my friends is on. Shut it down.
Oh, God.
I told you as soon as that ass hat came on, I'm done.
Beer gullet.
Beer gullet. You gotta let us know how the Good Guys show was yesterday.
I thought you guys were in the same fucking place.
I went out the other way and went to National Trail Raceway and saw some jet engine trucks and belligerents.
Yeah, we're car fans over here in the territory.
I brought the girl,
The girl?
my girl.
You looked like you were pointing at me when you said that.
I brought them all.
Shut
it down.
I brought Jen or so.
She loved it. I was happily surprised because it was a long day. Like even for me, I was like, all right, I've seen this car run twice. It's like, but she was like, dude, that car went from a 9.4 second to like an 8.9. I'm like, I didn't even notice that.
Can't do
That's
math.
awesome.
Here you go.
But could have had a double date. Yeah, but I don't
want to hang out with you. So.
I don't want to. Hey, yeah, let me know.
Just kidding.
Next time. Oh, Mopar Nationals. I usually go with my family, but
He
runs
have a
it.
family.
Mopar Nationals.
Mopar Nationals.
Yeah, if you're, I know you're a European fan. We're talking about cars right now. He's a big. He has a Beamer, so he probably is more into the import stuff. But if you're just a car enthusiast, the Mopar Nationals is definitely something you can go to.
So, yeah.
Star Wars.
Well,
All right,
this beer. We started talking about this beer.
Let's review the beer. We're gonna move into our beer review.
It's a rip and swell of juicy hops.
It's a Ripper Swell.
Rip in.
Ripper.
It's the little
Oh, a rip and swell.
tagline.
Yeah,
Oh,
it does
okay.
say
Okay,
that.
I didn't see the
You
little.
can't read. I'm
I like
trying
the
to tell you
color
that.
scheme, though.
I
It's really
actually
cool.
don't like the color scheme, but I like the colors. Is that weird?
What do you mean? Like
Like
you
the
like
colors-
the gold, but you don't like the green?
Okay, listen. I like the colors. I
Right.
don't like them together. That makes sense.
I don't know. I think it works.
I don't hate it.
Decide
It's
that
different. It
something makes
stands out. I
sense.
feel like I don't know any other beer that's got.
I'm
this
talking
color
belligerence right now. It makes sense.
It's all good.
I declare that it makes sense.
All right, yeah, we'll get into this. So it's a
They got
pale
a
ale.
fucking poem on the back of this can.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I'd
I'm not
rather-
reading the whole thing.
I'd rather have that though to read because a lot of people are just like, yeah, just there's pictures on it.
Yeah, just drink it.
Yeah, what's it about? pictures.
Let's drink it.
It's about the pictures.
Surf culture.
It's good. It's a great pale ale. It's very bitter.
It's very good.
I want to know it's not
too heavy.
What the San Diego part of it, because it's a
They're
San
just-
Diego pale ale.
They're
so
just
it's a
from
style.
San Diego, so
Is it?
yeah. Stone's from
Stone
San
Brew.
Diego. Yeah. So it is what it is. I don't know.
Oh, that's
I like
why.
It
They say SoCal, and I'm like, San Diego's not completely SoCal, really. So
though. Yeah, it is.
That's completely hammered.
Yep.
Southern California. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. About as Southern California as you get. Yeah, so this is a decent pale ale. I don't want to say anything bad about it because it is decent, and then I can't really put my finger on like what I don't like, but it's just not a 3 for me.
Really? I think I'd probably put it at 3.
Maybe
I think it's
it's-
very
I like it a
drinkable,
lot.
and
Maybe the issue is because I had those Coronas. I was just on like a light beer
Yeah.
run, and then
Yeah.
you have this, and you're like, let me adjust.
It's good. I like it. Yeah, so it's literally like named a San Diego Pale Ale just because they're from San Diego. Because they
yeah,
have.
I mean, it's
they
still an APA, not an IPA. Do you think maybe
I guess-
that's it?
Did I say IPA? My bad. If I
No,
did.
no, you didn't. I'm just saying, like,
I didn't
It,
say
San
it.
Diego
it doesn't
Pale
say
Ale is
a
not
pale
really
ale.
a thing.
It doesn't
They just
say
put
an
that.
APA.
San Diego Pale.
It's
Ale.
just a pale ale.
Yeah, I know.
But it's not India hops. You can tell.
But it's not about the India hops. Remember, we learned that.
Yeah.
Did we not share that
I
information with
wasn't
you?
there, no.
Oh, maybe we didn't talk about it on the show. So an India Pale Ale is not because there's hops or ingredients from India. It comes from back when they were brewing beer and shipping it, like in the colonial era. In order to ship it all the way to India, it would spoil, so they had to put more hops in it to keep it fresh for longer to last across the voyage.
Oh, I thought it was still the type of hops, though.
No,
That's what we thought.
That's what we thought too. No,
Alrighty
it comes
then.
from that. So more hops just kind of classifies it as an IPA. Hi, Periscope.
I do want to cheers people on Periscope. We're sorry, we're not very.
There's too many screens to look at.
There's a lot of screens, and we put you
A lot of
guys
beer,
on.
a lot of screens.
We put you guys on just because, why not?
It's a nice extra camera angle. You know what I'm saying?
But cheers to you guys, Rogue Squadron Podcast.
Smile.
What do we got? El Retro's flicking us off again for some. Oh, it's thumbs up. It's
No.
same thing.
No,
Same thing.
no.
El Retro, thank you for tuning in.
It's a cool fuck you.
It basically is like, hey, appreciate it.
I'm going to give a Spirit 2.
I'm a solid 2 as well.
Solid 2.
I didn't want to say solid 2 2.
Solid
so
2.
I- You like it as a
You
3?
guys are looking at me. I like it a lot. Yeah,
Your rating doesn't count, but I want to know what it is.
exactly. I knew you were gonna say that, so that's why.
No,
I say it.
if you say 3 and then talk me into a 3, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I like pale ales. I'm getting, because it's summer, so I'm getting to the point where I like pale ales that I can drink anytime, because pale ales are starting to feel to me like they're not for when it's like super hot out. This I could feel like I could be drinking next to a pool.
So I feel like you can get away with a lot more citrus in a pale ale because an IPA, the bitterness takes over. So it almost like clouds the citrus. The citrus in this actually adds something. Instead of like,
Right.
okay, this is so bitter, we need to put citrus in it to take it down a notch in an
Right,
IPA.
right, and balance it out,
Citrus
right.
in this can actually add to the beer.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I've ever said. Cheers.
That makes sense.
I I like it. I'm not going to bump it up to a 3 for that, but I appreciate the fuck.
It's-
What the fuck
Have you
said.
had Sierra Nevada's tropical torpedo? That I could-
No.
that's-
I've had the
I could
regular
really
torpedo.
see. Yeah, I could definitely.
a
drink that
regular
by the pool.
torpedo?
They have a torpedo. Yeah, it's a double IPA. So it's stronger than the the main one that they have. I don't remember the name of it.
Sierra Nevada. Just
Yeah.
normal Sierra Nevadas.
Pale-
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sierra
So it's
Nevada
just a
Pale Ale.
version of that.
All
No,
right.
this is good. It reminds me of
Sweet.
like the Founders All Day, which is a session. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
drinkable enough to be all day or like out in the sun. It's a little bit stronger though. It's 1% stronger.
I need to try more
Maybe-
sessions this summer.
Maybe that's it, because you get to the point where you start really drinking. My voice sounds good now.
Nothing has changed in the past like 20 minutes.
I think I just tried to calm down for a second, but
Talk on this side of the mic. And then,
no, I-
Then you have to calm down for a second.
is that,
You
I
start
see
every
how it is.
episode
I see
all
how it
fucking
is.
his ass. Let me
No,
do all these
I
things.
see
Here's
how
the
it
list.
is.
We're talking about like grab up for a
People.
second. We got some beer.
Uh-oh, Discrota's up. Uh-oh. What's up, buddy? These beers. Welcome to the Rogue Squad, bud.
See what happens. I like it. Finish your thought.
I don't know where I was going with it.
Thank you. I assume that was going to happen anyways.
I
good
think
to
we're
be
stuck.
back.
It's an official rating, 2 out of 3. We appreciate your 3 out of 3, but fuck off. No, this is what I was saying is you get to the point where craft beers get so heavy. Like after 3 of them, you're
They
already
can, yeah.
buzzed.
Right.
And you and me, I don't know about you, but we can go like 6 beers without peeing, and you get so full and you get so hammered so quick.
Depends.
The stuff just sits in you, and
Does
it's so
depend,
heavy.
yeah,
If I have I had 3 Coronas, I was feeling okay, and it's just fine. And it's not a lot. It's not as heavy. So it gets to the point where those like 7, 8, 9%, it's just like
Right.
calm down.
Right.
I'm not. It's 100 degrees out here. My skin's boiling. I'm the fucking Anakin on the side of the Mustafar lava river. I can't handle this. Just give me a Corona. Let me singe out. Be okay.
Well, that's where you
Let
have
me singe out.
the Photon and the Puma come into play.
No, yeah.
Where it's
I agree,
lighter
yeah.
and it's like session level. My cousin hooked me up with Founders all day. Like I think it was like a boating trip last summer. Because when we went out camping and stuff, we would always get like Labatt or Pabst or something like lighter like
Labatt
that
sounds
to like
good,
to
actually.
like drink all day in the sun.
Yeah.
And then he like lit me up to Founders, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely having this all.
Can you read that?
fucking day?
Something, Paul. Wow, so much, Paul.
They're Desperados in America.
Desperado.
Desperados.
What does that mean?
I'm assuming it's a beer.
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. I'm not familiar.
I don't know what you're saying.
The internet sucks. I'll see you later, gentlemen. Discrota's gone. Because it's a tequila flavored beer. Let me just say, fuck off.
Tequila flavored or agave probably.
Tequila. Well, is it?
I've had a few agave
like
infused, which
Yeah.
are pretty good.
God, I can't.
Because
do
we
it.
have like bourbon barrel beer. Here.
Right.
Like
Well,
bourbon
because we're
barrel
closer to
ales.
like
Yeah,
Kentucky.
we've had some
right,
tequila
but
stuff.
still, like I don't think I've had any. You
It's
guys
it's really easy to go overboard with that shit. Like I've had some bourbon barrels that are like so strong that they're just gross.
Well, yeah, that's the same thing. He said it's really strong.
Yeah.
yeah,
that
it
sounds
just
about right.
depends.
I can't do that. I can't do it.
Well, I'm getting to the point where you are, where you're just like, I can like feel the alcohol
Burning.
Yeah, and now I'm getting to that point
It's
too.
bubbling down my gullet.
Yeah.
The esophagus bubbles.
Esophagus.
All right, guys.
Check my tattoo.
Check out mine. It's on the inside of my palm. So you two have seen Spider-Man.
We did. We saw Spider-Man.
I think. Well, it's up to you guys. I don't really care because it's
no, you
not
gotta
a
see
big.
it.
It's not a big. No, yeah, I'm gonna see it, but it's not a huge deal to me for
Should be.
spoilers. So if you guys want to give as much info as you want, if you want to just go straight full spoiler episode, that's fine.
No, let's tease it and we'll do a full spoiler thing after you watch it.
That's fine with me.
But I want to talk about how they finally did another rehash of an origin story. Good. Because we've seen 70 Batman movies and we always see his parents die. We see him as a kid. He gets raised by Alfred.
Not to already go on a fucking tangent, but
Tangents are great.
what is your favorite Batman origin story out of all of them?
Like the movie, you mean?
Yeah.
I like the way they did it in BVS a lot.
I agree, because it was almost like
it was
an
just
intro.
the credit scene.
That's fucking perfect.
But if we hadn't seen it 75 times before that, they would have needed more. But I do like that it was just mixed with the credits and it was fine.
So,
It was like all poetic and shit with the music and the pearls and the.
I'm sorry, your name's really small, but it looks like
we
Paul.
won't
Say
any
please
spoilers.
do spoilers.
Yeah.
Is that what they said?
Please
No
no
spoilers.
spoilers.
No,
No,
please
we
no
won't,
spo- no,
we
we
won't do
won't.
spoilers.
I haven't seen it, so
Yeah, I'm not
they're
gonna
going to do a
spoil
non-spoiler thing, but they're going to kind of talk about it generally, okay?
Spider-Man dies.
Generally.
Just kidding. He just doesn't die. Now, Batman origin story, probably BVS.
Spoiler, he lives.
Pissed. I like BVS. What do you think? Batman Origins?
I've only seen it once, so I can't go into details about it. But the origin story in Mask of the Phantasm, it's one of the animated movies, but it's very good.
Nice.
But if we're talking like the live actions, I didn't like it in the Tim Burton one, because it ended up being the Joker. It was kind of stupid.
With her
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
scream. In the fucking first Batman.
And then in Batman Forever, it ended up being Two-Face.
Yeah, I don't know.
That killed him.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I would have to say Batman Begins them because they actually did it correctly. Because Joe Chill was the guy that killed his parents, and
The fucking cigarette guy?
yep, no,
What?
yeah, that was his name. So like when he came back from college and went to the trial, Joe Chill was the one that was on trial. So like that was the
Pissed.
yeah.
Listen,
Anyways,
listen.
Well,
not on board
I
with
don't
that.
care.
I care.
It really doesn't bother me if they redo it, as long as they redo it right. I'm not big. If you expand on the story by making it Two-Face and it's better, I'm okay with that. But the Two-Face one sucked ass, so it's like, okay, no. But the Batman vs Superman one, it didn't even show the guy.
Right.
They didn't give him a name, and I almost like that better because it's more hands off.
Yeah.
need
You don't worry about who
Right.
it is. It's the fact that it happened.
Because it's Batman holding a grudge against
Gotham.
crime and Gotham. It's okay, as opposed to like one specific person.
No, yeah, and it's the cause of Gotham. It's the reaction of what the city has become. Is that guy so desperate he's going to shoot a random guy and woman?
Right.
That
Well, 'cause, like,
in front of their son.
Listen, we're talking. No, I'm kidding.
Arguably, Batman and Superman are the most known origin stories just because they were the first superheroes given like big films. So like you don't need to redo Superman's story ever. You know he's from Krypton. Great. And then
That
you don't
is
need to
kinda
redo
true.
Batman's because we all know that his parents were shot in an alley.
Yeah.
Great.
Spider-Man is probably
But-
number 3 though.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is because Spider-Man,
Yeah.
the Sam Raimi movies, kind of restarted. I mean, arguably the first X-Men movie did, but kind of restarted superhero movies because that's like after
Yeah.
Batman and Robin and like the terrible Superman movies came out. Everyone's like, okay, sick of superheroes, they suck.
Didn't
And
we
then
talk about which one was first? X-Men, I think, was first.
X-Men was. That's why I
Okay.
said technically.
Yeah, so
it was
those
X-Men.
probably about around the same time did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just finished Logan, and it was technically the same scoop of
There's like
Wolverine
13
throughout.
movies with fucking
I know.
Wolverine.
Well,
It's
Days of
crazy.
Future Past brought it all together, so they are all.
I need to
connected.
fucking go watch those.
There's still that plot hole between X1, 2, 3, and Days of Future Past, because in the first one,
No, he said no.
What do you say? what plot hole?
Xavier dies
In 3.
in X3,
Yeah.
Right.
and then he shows up in the same
Oh, I see what you're saying.
timeline in Days of Future Past in the future.
Well, here's the thing.
And he's just like, you're not the only one with healing ability, or something like
Someone was
stupid.
trying to explain, like,
well,
the
here's what's
timeline
stupid is
splits.
that they set up at the end of the terrible third X-Men movie that he came back in like a different body or something. Like I don't know if you remember that end credit scene.
So he like soul transferred over, like
Right, which
Darth Bane.
that is a comic storyline, so it's whatever. But
Soul transfer.
you're right. You're right. That was a pothole. That's true. But I mean, how would they sell tickets if they didn't have Patrick Stewart in the movie? Let's be honest. So.
Listen, Patrick Stewart was my. Yeah, I have to put him a second favorite, but he was like half of Logan.
yeah, he was
Crazy
great.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Xavier was fucking perfect.
It was great.
I
really need to
was
see
so
that
happy
again.
with it.
I
I
loved
was
it.
so happy. And the fact that they did, okay, this is the strongest mind in the universe.
Yeah.
But he also has Alzheimer's and has no fucking clue where he's at. It's just like, my
was
mind's
perfect.
blown because of that. Because of
Yeah.
that situation.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
So going back, I was going to tie in. So the cool thing about Batman vs Superman is that they just like they didn't have a scene. They just like showed little bits and
Flashes during
sequences
credits, yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah.
So in Spider-Man, minor spoiler, they just like mention it. Like he just says
Just
like
in
after
conversation.
he just says like after all Aunt May's gone through, and you immediately are just like, oh yeah, duh, Uncle Ben died. Okay, great. Like we all
Wait,
get that.
who?
But that's the only thing he mentions about it.
That's it.
That's why it's perfect.
So like we all know. So it's just like a
Who?
3-second thing. Peter says that. Uncle Ben. Did you not see any
Shut
of the
up.
Spider-Man movies?
I wonder if he means
No,
Mr.
Uncle Ben,
Obi-Wan.
he's
being a bitch.
Uncle Obi-Wan.
No, Uncle
that
Ben's
wizard
Rice.
is a crazy old man.
No, Uncle Ben's Rice, the dude from the
They so I think they did it
end of
perfectly.
spoiler.
So
That was it.
yeah, that was the only spoiler. It was just one line, and you already know that Uncle Ben's dead. So
Yeah, everyone knows that.
So they introduced him in Civil War. Tony pulled him into the fight to help him beat up Cap and everything. So at that point, he already has his powers, and Tony gives him a suit. So Spider-Man: Homecoming picks up after that. I'm not sure how far after. It's probably pretty soon.
2 months after.
So, oh yeah, that's right. So he's talking. He tells all his friends. His cover is that he's doing an internship with Stark Industries with Tony
Which we get
Stark.
from the trailer, yeah.
Which we've seen in the trailer. So it already assumes that we know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, that he has these abilities. He got bit by a spider, blah, blah, blah. He built these web shooters, et cetera, et cetera. So they don't go into the origin at all. Since we've seen it 14 times, they know that they think we're smart enough to know that we assume what happens.
You gotta
Right.
think.
And then we move forward from there.
We've seen Spider-Man's origin story 3 times already. 90s series,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The first Spider-Man,
And
the
Raimi
second
and
Spider-Man,
Raimi
and now
Spider-Man.
we're on to the.
And the 60s cartoon series, too.
There was a 60s cartoon series.
I don't know if they showed
Hey,
the origin in
Periscope.
that, though.
Sorry, we're not
they?
paying attention.
I don't know if they did.
Sorry. But no, I think it was the best way to do it because they don't need to. The Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole is going through this entire timeline. So you don't necessarily need to pick out every single character and make sure we have a succinct storyline of how they started every single time. We can kind of just pick it up as they join in and then we just carry forward from there. So I think it was a great way to do it. We didn't have to waste time on that. They kind of played with the usual Spider-Man storyline for a few things. I loved it. And I don't want to really say too much more until you see it, and then we can do a full spoiler-ass review next week.
Spoiler ass.
I will say, I did think Andrew Garfield was a good choice as Peter Parker.
That's my favorite. My favorite so far.
It just sucks that the script was just so bad and it just didn't really tie together.
It's
because the problem with the Amazing Spider-Man is that they did spend the first 45 minutes going through the same origin story we've already seen.
Right.
The only difference was that they actually brought in what's her face, Gwen Stacy, instead of Mary Jane, which is the correct way to do it. So I mean,
I do think Tom Holland was more of a kid version, which is how he's supposed to start off.
Yeah, I think.
But
I think
And he's not like Tobey Maguire, who's 30, looking like an 18-year-old. And the movie starts like the last week of high school. He's literally he's 15. He's in high school. He's a sophomore.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be young like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you kind of saw a splash of that in Civil War, where he kind of just fucking
overwhelmed.
Empire Strikes Back, and then he just didn't know because he's so young still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool flash.
Underoos. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I hope Tony Stark dies.
Eventually.
Well,
man.
I mean, their
Spoiler!
contracts are coming up or up soon, so
God,
gotta
I'm
do
just
something.
done with him. I like Iron Man. I like Tony Stark as a character.
You're about to see that from Batman
Please.
throughout all the DC movies too, though.
Please.
That's true.
Say that again.
You're about to see that. You're about to see Batman in that same role throughout all the DC movies because he's heading the Justice League and getting people together.
Yeah, but
we're gonna have a Batman origin story.
Does head the Justice League.
That's true.
Yeah, but Tony does head the Avengers in certain
he doesn't.
storylines. He doesn't.
No, Nick Fury.
There's Nick Fury, and Doctor Strange is a large part of
Doctor
it.
Strange is,
And
I
he
think
hasn't even fucking been in anything.
even Mr. Fantastic. is-
Well, his movie just came out.
The
though.
Fantastic Fours are big in it too.
Doctor Strange just came out.
right. He's just saying like
In
the
general.
fact that they keep bringing Tony back to be.
I would love.
I think I think it's easy because he's so wealthy and they've built up that character so much that they can play off of him so much easier. And the Fantastic Four shit.
Yeah.
What are
I
you
wonder
supposed to
though. Now that Sony.
Jessica Alba's ass is our base. So we fly in and what are you supposed to
and then
do?
Captain America is the Human Torch, but is he Captain America or is he the Human Torch? I don't get it.
I did. I
Same guy.
didn't
Oh my
even-
God, really?
Yeah. Didn't
Same
even.
guy. Yeah.
Yep,
Just kind of like Ryan Reynolds, and he's what?
Green Lantern,
And Deadpool. Yeah.
Deadpool.
Yeah, and Snoke.
I thought there was one more.
Snoke.
Guaranteed. Got it.
Snoke,
Figured
Ryan
it
Reynolds,
out.
Snoke.
Balls deep in Spider-Man. Yes, we are.
Sorry, we're doing a small Spider-Man.
Michelle Ernst Kerner. Is that Kerner?
That's kind of
What's up, Kerner?
welcome.
Hi from Mrs. Kerner. Hi, Mrs. Kerner. I was going to say one more thing. I wonder if that now Sony has their shit together, if they can make a good Fantastic Four movie.
No,
Everyone said
Because
that
Sony
the
was
last
just like,
Fantastic Four movie.
fuck everything. And then all of a sudden, Deadpool comes out.
yeah.
And whatever shifted, whoever they fired or hired, they finally got it.
Wait, was Fantastic Four Sony? I thought that was 20th Century Fox. No,
I mix them up. I think Spider-Man's Sony.
Spider-Man is.
It is, yes.
Everything else is Fox.
Because the first thing
X-Men
you
is
see...
Fox.
X-Men
right?
is definitely Fox. Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't know.
Okay,
Before we
I don't
get
know.
too far into it and this gets too warm,
Well, we're pretty much done with Spider-Man stuff. So
well, I want to make sure this isn't
beer number
that
2.
warm.
And then
God,
we can talk
sorry,
about
hold on, one more
Star
thing.
Wars.
Michael Keaton, man, I thought he was so good.
He was great.
Like, I mean, we all were expecting him to be so good, but
so
just
cool.
yeah.
my God,
He's
Wait,
been,
whoa,
like
whoa,
his
say that
voice
again.
and
Michael Keaton.
Is what?
the
he's
villain.
the bad guy in Spider-Man.
He's so awesome.
You know
He's
Which
so
isn't a
great.
spoiler because you see him in the trailer.
No.
Michael Keaton did
He's a
another
great actor, man.
He was in a funny movie, but he played a boss.
We just watched The Founder, which is about McDonald's. Ray Kroc.
I need to watch that.
He played Ray Kroc. It's really good. It's a really good movie. Yeah. And Ron Swanson is one of the McDonald brothers.
No, it was one with shit.
Emma Stone.
No, it's two guys. Mark Wahlberg and
it's like a spoof on like crime movies.
yeah.
With The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson's
You're
in
losing
it.
it now.
No, Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Yes.
Yeah,
other
and
guy?
the Rock
He's
and
their
Samuel L.
boss.
Jackson are in
He's
it
their
too.
boss.
Yeah, it's
The other guys?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
When I saw his face, I was just like, great, Batman's in this shit. And
He's
that's
hilarious.
Well, now Batman's fighting Spider-Man.
I didn't
What?
say he wasn't hilarious.
is
I wanted to call him hilarious.
He's fucking Beetlejuice.
He took it from me. Okay. We are going to be doing one last beer review. The other one was more of a drinking beer, but this is one of the coolest cans. Sorry, we got to get this.
You can't even see it because it's
Yeah,
like
you can't because it's in certain light. Yeah, that's sweet.
So I'll do it over here. So if you can see it, it says Stone, and it says Ghost Hammer IPA.
Ghost
I wish-
hammered pissed.
I wish. Where's the? It's so bright, dude. Everything's fucking shiny over here. But it's one of the coolest cans I've ever
get
seen.
a real studio one of these days.
They have their standard devil on here, but once again, Stone Ghost Hammer IPA, 6.7% alcohol. It says on the back, you're gonna be belligerent after this.
Or you might already be belligerent before this.
Michelle Ernst Kerner says Coors Light.
Oh my god.
Hammer
Drinking
trigger.
Coles Light.
Oh,
You should pour it.
Floral.
You should pour it
Floral. Smell it.
I would
Floral.
hope so it's an IPA. They got another fucking Shakespeare poem on the back.
Yeah,
of this
but
can
it's
too.
not like super bitter. That seems so balanced. I'm pouring it. Pouring it for this one.
You
It
should.
smells different.
It
I
smells
think you would
great.
have liked last week's beer better if you had poured it out.
Dead Guy Ale.
Yeah,
You gave it a
crap.
2 as well.
I know, but you might have liked it a little more.
Enough for a 2.
Speaking of about expired beers, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I was
Oh,
having the
God.
all day yesterday at a wedding, and for whatever reason, the second one that they gave me, it had an upside down label, and it was expired in October of last year. So like they just had one random one that was like maybe messed up in bottling or whatever, and
we
like
should keep
Or they
that,
weren't
though.
front
Like,
facing
have
in
a
the
re-
it
back.
had an upside down thing. Yeah, it was
try
pretty
to have
interesting.
like a receipt when you buy shit and send it to the brewery. Be like, listen,
yeah.
your shit's great. I want to
But you
buy
messed
your
up
shit.
this one.
I bought it from fucking Giant Pigeon down the fucking street, and they fucked up.
Small.
Small bastard.
Well,
Couldn't think of another bird. So
the brewery would just say
anyways,
that they put
anyways.
the expiration on there. but-
sometimes when I taste a beer and it tastes off, I think maybe the beer I had before is just kind of weird, or I had some food that's kind of messing with the taste. But
Right.
this one was such a notable difference between expired and fresh. Like it kind of made me sick, the second one. But
Welcome, guys. Oh,
we
that's-
figured it out.
There we go.
What up, Raw Cone Shouty?
There
oh,
we
now
go.
you can see it. Nice.
Yeah, it's a cool looking can. So we got Stones.
It is nice.
What is
can.
it? Ghost Hammer. Ghost Hammer
Ghost
IPA.
hammered pissed. Yes.
Cheers. The smell is super unique, and I don't want to actually drink it yet
What?
because the smell is
Smells like a
super
diaper.
unique. Smells like a diaper.
Dude, the guy told you not to.
What
sniff it
delicious
too much
diapers
before
are you
taste it.
smelling?
Bunch of them.
Everyone I can get my hands on.
Oh.
Oh, it's very floral.
Woo! I love this beer right now.
Man, it's good. It's like the floral can overtake. So if you're an IPA fan, you'll notice
Wow.
that there's bitterness, there's floral notes, and there's citrus notes. It's kind of
Yeah.
a blend of those three things.
It is very floral.
And
You're
certain
right.
beers are like they try to be totally balanced, and other beers are specifically like hard on the floral.
Sorry, Periscope. We're live, but we're
we're
not.
I see you.
We've got about 3 or 4 recordings going on, so
And we've had about 3 or 4 beers.
we're throwing you guys out there just to kind of put it out there. So we apologize that if we're not getting back to you.
But I also love you.
They're okay.
Periscope.
Oh, this is a delicious beer.
It's
Oh
not
my
so
God.
floral that I'm like chewing dandelions,
Right.
but it is really floral.
It is
It is very-
extremely floral.
It's like if there's a threshold that you can get to before it just gets way too floral, they're like right under it. It's good, man.
It's very drinkable. My
It is.
God.
It is the most floral, drinkable beer I've ever had. It doesn't even taste like an IPA. It's really not that bitter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys should have given this to me like 2 years ago when I wasn't really into IPAs yet.
But you wouldn't have liked IPAs if you liked that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like
Stop.
this is not really, like, it'll get you in there. You dick.
Yeah,
Maybe.
the Barangas. No, this is delicious.
Kerner, shut the fuck
Just
up.
standard. How many many people are you gonna fucking trigger into
what
this
did he
shit?
say? What-
He just
It's the one thing he always says. Whenever we have a beer, we'll crack open a craft beer, and Kerner's he likes
Oh,
the
you
ones that
said
we've given
Coors
him,
again?
but he's not well versed. So we'll just crack open like a porter or something and be like, yeah, it's a standard Indian pale ale. Like that's his go-to like catchphrase.
Yeah, I was out with our buddy Fred, and we had like a chocolate stout, and we walked out. It was like the darkest thing you could ever see. And he's just like, "Yep, standard Indian pale ale over here." It's like you're beyond way off.
And you guys have heard him on the show in the past. He's got like 4 catchphrases that he says over and over.
So we've
And
got
I
a
love it.
question.
It's fun.
Well,
It's great.
what exactly does floral mean? It's kind of hard to explain. In a beer, it's like a not like. I guess maybe like more of an earthy.
Well, literally floral, like flowers, like the smell of like flower.
But no one
petals.
eats flowers, so it's hard to explain.
Well, that's why like the taste in beers are kind of weird. When you see beers that are listed as having like caramel flavor or chocolate flavor, they don't add caramel to the beer. It's what they make the beer out of that gives a caramel flavor out of it. So floral is like, it's very weird, and I didn't really understand it for a while until you just try a bunch of IPAs and you just get it.
For an example, like a chocolate stout or chocolate beer, they're just putting in.
Now, sometimes they do add stuff.
Well, sure. But like if you're looking at a standard beer, it's not like a flavored beer.
Right.
A standard beer that's like a chocolate style something, it's usually more of like a, I don't know what to call it, a burnt.
It's a type of malt, and I don't remember.
Burnt, well, I don't want to call it burnt, but they're
Roasted.
like they're roasted
Dark
longer
roasted.
to make it a darker roast. It's
Yeah.
like coffee. If you roast something darker, it tastes darker.
Right.
That was a terrible explanation.
Yeah, it's hard to explain the floral taste. You kind of just have to have a few, and then you get it.
Yeah.
It's a good mix. It's the same thing as like I'm tasting a cherry flavored candy. They're not obviously putting cherries in it. They
Right.
put 17 different things in there to make it taste like a cherry.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing with the beer.
Yeah. And smell is a big thing of it as well. So you smell, and you smell and your taste are kind of connected. So it's kind of like you're tasting flower petals, whatever.
Yeah.
Not
Yep.
Hammered
you guys.
toast.
Never mind. It's
What are
fine.
you doing?
I know this is gonna die. I don't have my charger on it. But it's fine.
It's okay. Instagram, you're gonna die at some point. We're gonna.
Sorry, Instagram.
You just question mark. Fuck.
I
That
don't-
explanation meant nothing to us.
I
No,
decline.
you're not actually gonna die. It's
I decline your question mark.
That's fine.
Bet
No.
that Aussies.
No bother.
I don't know if I can bump this to a 3.
It's a 3 easily for me.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm kind of like I was saying, drinkable.
No,
IPA.
you can go 3. Yeah, you.
I'm going 3.
All right, I'll round
There's
it.
nothing
Easily be
holding me
sitting
back.
by the pool drinking this.
There's nothing holding me back on this.
We'll round it to a 3.
It's extremely floral, which I like.
You're
You're
all,
just so into it. You're just like, oh, dude.
you're influenced by the can. You're being seduced by the bleak blackness.
This
of the
is
can.
plus. This should be 4 out of 3. I fucking love the can.
Just because it looks like the monster cans,
True.
the white monster cans.
Oh yeah. Well, that'd be actually kind of cool because the white monster
does.
cans are actually textured.
Oh,
So
that would
whatever
be
they
cool if
put on
did
there,
that.
you can feel it.
Yeah, that'd be
But
cool if
this
they did
is
that.
one of the coolest, like Ghost Hammer. What do you think?
Of course.
White and gray and
Yeah.
fucking beer.
I dig it.
I don't know why the hammer's involved.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
'cause
we'll round up to a 3. I like it.
what do you mean round up? Are you going to give it a 3?
Well, you guys both gave it a 3. I was kind of close, but yeah, we'll go up to a 3.
Why? I want to hear
I'm cool
why
with it.
you weren't going to give it a 3.
Yeah, I
Yes.
thought my vote didn't matter, so it's only really going
Yeah,
off
consider
the
it.
hits.
Well, even if I give it a 3 and he gives it 2, we bounce
Ain't
back
the
and
best
forth.
stuff.
It's pretty fucking good.
Calm down, Zedra.
What's wrong with your eyes, old man? Guys, I have to give a shot because those were KOTOR quotes, Knights of the Old Republic. If you guys are big fans of the original game from the Xbox series,
right
you guys
over
have to go to Aperion. It's spelled as Ape Iron. No joke. Ape Iron. Was it KOTOR game?
KOTOR. Apeiron KOTOR.
So, as I said, it's not the best stuff. You guys can go over and follow them on, I believe it, Twitter for sure.
They should have a website, and they're on Twitter, and they're on Twitch.
They are revamping and regenerating the gloryfulness of KOTOR graphics. They're recreating Dantooine. They're recreating Tatooine.
Yeah.
All of it, and it's getting to the point where I've seen they'll work on a physical game live on Twitch.
Yeah.
We did an interview with them. Well, they were guests on the podcast.
Yeah, not really an interview.
Yeah, we asked them some questions. We told them to fuck off. It was pretty
wasn't
fun.
the best stuff.
It was okay. But again, if you guys are huge fans or any type of fan of the KOTOR series, please go follow them.
Yeah, and
Aperion Kotor.
It's the worst name ever, but we love them anyways.
Actually, we asked them why, and I forget.
It's Greek for like infinity or something like that. So like KOTOR is going to last forever because it's fucking amazing.
Ah, okay.
If you scroll back on our feed to episode 94, we chatted with them about some bullshit.
It's a great episode because we have the developer, the game developer, and like the idea man. Guys,
I don't remember their official titles.
I don't either. One of them was the technical,
like the designer and the
designer.
developer. We'll say that.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
But they
were both drunk.
I
so.
follow them on Twitch, and it tells me when they go live. And I went over there and yelled at them a couple times, and
we might be in the game.
There'll be like a few hundred people following or listening or watching, what the fuck you want to say, and I'll just be like, Mopar's the smartest man alive, and then one of the I forget Cowboy.
Yeah, Digital Cowboy.
He's just like, Mopar, what is going on? And then he yells like, why aren't you guys in the game yet? I got to get you guys on a terrace. I'm like, yeah. If you need me to take a drunk screenshot of myself, I will. Because
so they can polygon you.
Hey, Salami.
Hey, Salami.
I can't wait.
So go check that out.
I personally preferred 1. Oh,
yes.
KOTOR.
Oh,
Absolutely.
KOTOR? Yeah.
It's not even close.
Oh,
Not
do you
even
think
question.
KOTOR 1 or 2 is better? 1 is so much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think 2 is that bad.
I never got through it.
Did you guys finish it?
No.
I beat it one time. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did. But it's just, you can't top the story of like Revan.
It's just
such a
bomb
cool
that
story.
drops.
So
Yeah,
KOTOR
exactly.
2
That-
is like,
that twist. Is just
yeah, it's still Old Republic and it's the same like controls and things. And there's some updated force power. So it's still cool to play, but you just can't top Revan, man.
I will say I just played it recently. I didn't finish it. I got further than I did last time. Because, you're on the mining, you're on the asteroid, where the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And,
Telos.
Apatros.
right.
I made that up.
Which it really wasn't as bad as I remember it.
Bane's planet.
Apatros was Bane. You're close.
The mining facility wasn't as bad as I remember it.
No, it's not that long.
But then when I got off of that, there was like the murder mystery thing you had to go through, and I'm just like, am I with the Cellcath right now?
They're about to release original Xbox games as backwards compatible for the Xbox One.
Wow.
Right.
So when that
Yeah.
happens, I'm probably going to play KOTOR like 7 times in a row.
I got really lucky. So I've never played the full game, but I was on Telos, and the first force power that I chose was Destroy Droid. So I didn't even have to use the plasma fucking torch. I just went.
Telos, like
I got
the BT
really
Bam
lucky
song.
because I don't know why, for whatever reason.
Right.
Because I think
I'm pretty sure I did that.
I think
too.
you
remember that.
face a droid first.
There's
and
mining
I like
droids
defeated
everywhere.
one with the thing.
It's
and,
mostly droids.
And
I think,
in my
right?
mind, I was just like, well, if this is going to continue, not
It's
even
mostly those spider mining droids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't even like knowing that I wouldn't pick up a sword or a blast or anything. I was just
Right.
like, well, it'd just be easier if I did this. And clearly it cut like hours off my shit. Okay. But no, I got really lucky with that. Let's see. We got a bunch of people here. Yeah, the Revan plot twist was lit. Great day, Julio.
Tristan Nation says, I'll be in Seabus for 4 days.
Miss you guys. I don't know who.
What's up, fools? Recording right now, too. Saying what's up. What up, homie?
If you're a recorder.
Oh, we got to go on his show, too.
Tristan,
I'd rather not.
my brother and I were just talking
Dead
about
Julio's
your
pissed. I
brother.
said yes,
and I
but
were just
shit,
talking about
man.
Unavailable.
Tristan's brother and I were just talking about him.
Thank you, guys.
Earlier this week.
About Tristan?
Well,
Yeah,
I
Tristan.
need to do a thumbs
some
up
good times.
instead because I don't like this.
What is happening?
Hey guys,
What did you just do?
that's what I felt like I was doing. Ciao everyone.
Oh, hey.
Welcome to the podcast.
No.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Nobody screenshot those.
Ciao.
Let's just completely finish this up. 3 out of 3 stars
Yes.
for the Ghost Hammer.
Stone Ghost
one of the
Hammer.
coolest cans you could ever buy on
One of
the
the
market.
deliciousest beers.
Oh, that's
It's
perfect.
very
Perfect.
good, yeah.
Perfect right there. Ghost Hammer right there.
And
Ghost Hammer right there.
6.7%,
And Ghost Hammer right there.
which isn't too high, but it's high enough.
Here, I'll show
Wait,
you
what
guys
is
the box too because I showed you the box on the other one.
6.7.
6.7.
Strangely
let's
fresh.
It is
Strikingly fresh.
Strikingly fresh.
Seasonal
fresh.
IPA.
Strikingly fresh. Stone is a one of my favorites. They're not always good. My name is Igear.
But they're always something new, I feel like. Is good.
No, and that's what I was going to say. They're always
Sorry.
experimenting.
They don't
And
stop
they're not
fucking around.
They're not always great, but I like the fact that they're always just pushing the envelope.
Well, you gotta
I feel like
experiment.
they're-
Let's shove 100% alcohol in here.
They're like what
Well,
Magic
this
Hat
burns
used to
my
be, I
stomach.
feel like.
Magic Hat?
Some-
Yeah, our favorite
Before
craft,
Magic
our
Hat got
first
bought by
favorite
conglomerate.
craft brewery, and then now they suck.
Yeah, they do suck.
They still
But
got
they used
good.
to do the same thing. They used to have an Odd Notion beer every month or
Yeah.
every season that would come out, and it was something very different.
I miss the name, but they were asking why don't we drink pints? So I'm not sure where you're from, but they come in cans.
In stores, most beers come in 12-ounce cans. Or bottles.
You can buy them in larger things, but it's usually like a specialty thing.
It comes in pints?
Comes in
It
pints.
comes in pints. Yeah, we don't go get
In
growlers.
England, we drink pints.
yeah,
most
I
of the
wish.
time, it's
In
12
bars,
ounce.
well, most of the time in bars on tap, it's 16 ounce, which is a pint. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
But in stores, everything comes in 12-ounce cans
For example.
or
Or the
bottles.
bottles, yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
bottles.
we usually have 6 packs, 12 packs, 24 packs, a bunch of packs.
We could talk about Lord of the Rings if you want. I just almost finished watching all 3 extended version.
Nice.
Yeah, I know
I've
you don't really,
never
you don't
seen-
really like them.
You never seen what?
Paul
No,
Spears.
no. What?
I
What were you
never.
gonna say?
No. So 20,000 episodes ago, I said Lord of the Rings. Like when I think about my favorite things ever,
Yeah.
it's like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mass Effect's up there now. Batman, DC movies.
Yeah.
And then I take a half notch down, and it's just like, okay, what are the rest of them? Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and all this.
Yeah.
And you guys are like, oh, you hate Lord of the Rings now?
Yeah, why
Like,
do you hate Lord of the
whoa.
Rings? You hate Guardians of the Galaxy.
I feel like you never said like a really good, awesome thing about Lord of the Rings. Like you don't hate them, but you don't like get excited about them like Star Wars.
No, and that might be true. They're great movies. They have great characters.
Yeah.
It's the adventure. I get it.
It is.
But
I love them. I do.
I'm more of a pew-pew space nerd about it.
and I think for whatever reason,
Get off your phone.
Last time
well,
that
I'm looking something up and it's relevant. Go
Last
ahead.
time that we forced my wife to watch all of them, she actually liked them. She likes fantasy. She doesn't like sci-fi. For whatever reason, she loves Doctor Strange. Like all the superhero movies she digs. She loved Doctor Strange because she's into like the yoga and meditation and stuff. And then they were out
But that
in, like,
doesn't mean
Tibet and
anything
everything.
because
It means
they did,
a little bit.
They literally did no yoga in it.
Not yoga literally. I'm just saying like some like over.
Well, no, I'm trying to read.
Hi.
Cheaper by the dozen. What about Cheaper by the dozen?
Oh my god. Sorry, the remake of that was considered to be one of the
Ashton
worst
Kutcher.
movies ever, so I'm sure they're joking.
Ashton Kutcher, right?
No, it was
I don't know what's
Steve
happening.
Martin and
Ashton Kutcher was the boyfriend.
oh, sure.
Paul knows his
Yeah.
Paul knows his chick flicks.
It's not a chick flick.
Anyway,
He was in it. See, I am
So-
hammered smart.
Hold on.
Anyway, so yeah, it's not my favorite thing in the world. Actually, it's pretty close, but I love it. And I don't think that when we asked Nina to watch all of them, that we watched the extended version. I think we watched
Right,
not the theatrical version, but they were a little bit longer, but they weren't like the full extended cut. Because there's a bunch of shit in these like DVD
I know,
Blu-rays
but
that
then
I was watching.
what the hell were you watching?
I don't know, but there's a bunch
I'm
of shit
pretty sure
in
it had
these
to be the
that I don't
theatrical version.
remember.
I okay. So there's the extended version, like the Blu-ray ones, that it's like another half hour. I have these special editions on original DVD, and I think they had like one extra scene.
I don't know.
I don't remember
Is that
but
unofficial?
I don't know the specifics.
I think.
I currently have the longest versions that are out, and they're fucking long.
I
and there's
currently
so
don't
many
care.
additional scenes that I didn't even remember from watching.
Well, I now, like, I used to be like, okay, if I casually want to watch Lord of the Rings, I'll just put on the normal versions. But now I'm just like, okay, I'm always going to watch these.
Right.
Where'd you hide your beer?
Me?
Yeah.
It's over there.
And there's a few scenes that I glad they cut. And
Wait, they cut scenes?
from the theatrical version.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot in the extended ones that aren't in the theatrical, obviously. And I'm like, there's a few that I'm glad they cut because it's like kind of awkward.
I'm curious
like,
what
there's
you're gonna
one
say, though.
Where Eowyn is serving Aragorn soup
Yeah,
when they're
that's
on the
weird.
road, and I was like, and then he like thought it was great. Oh, that
Yeah,
was
I know, that's weird.
That was a
Adds-
waste.
adds
That was
nothing.
a waste of a scene. It adds nothing. Yeah. So, but there's a
Well,
lot of
that's
cool
two
stuff in
towers,
there. There's a
so-
lot of like extra lore stuff in there, which I always geek out about. I wish movies were like 5 hours long.
So
just
this is
Right.
weird because of how they want to manga. Kerner, you can't just be on everything.
Take a
There's
platform, you fucker.
Because I'm so into like Skyrim.
Yeah.
And
you
I
should
feel
love
like
Lord of the
it's
Rings.
kind of weird because I feel like they're way different.
Maybe you should try it again. When's the last time you saw one of them?
I watched Two Towers last week.
That's not true.
Yes,
That
I
is
did.
not true.
I was on the road. I started probably about a half hour in, but I watched it.
don't believe that you said
I
that.
mean, in my opinion, that's the worst of the three.
What?
Or the least good of the three.
It's my
but-
favorite.
No, I say 1, 3, 2.
I say
Okay,
two,
this is stupid.
2, 3, 1.
Okay, you're gonna take offense to this. This is the second one's usually people's favorite who like Lord of the Rings on the surface because it's got the Helm's Deep insanity battle and it's
It's got the 2 towers.
I just think that everything leading up to it is just kind of like
Just like Star Wars, where Episode 5 is the best, so everybody likes it the best, but they're only surface fans.
Yes.
Next.
See, I knew you were gonna get pissed about it.
No.
See,
I'm just for example. Kidding.
See, but Helm's Deep Two Towers puts the battle in there, which a lot of people like from Return of the King, where there's Fields of Pelennor and all that kind of stuff.
But
then in Fellowship, there's the relationships and the character building and the fantasy kind of stuff.
But you don't see
that you see kind of in Two Towers, but not really. That's why I like Return of the King so much. Is a good, nice combination of the two. Sorry, go
You
ahead.
don't. You don't see the stress of the relationships though until the 2 towers, where Pip and Fuck go the 2 different ways.
No, Merry and Pippin are
That's
together
Return of the King.
in one spot.
Okay,
And Frodo and
what-
Sam
what-
are together in one spot.
So, but Pip touches that testicle of knowledge
That's
or
right
whatever
in Return
it
of
is.
the King. It's the
Okay.
very beginning of Return
Okay,
of the
okay,
King.
okay. No, and it was close because I like 2 towers. I mean, yeah.
I like
it was
them
my
all.
favorite
No,
when I first watched them because I was like, "Oh my god, the battle was so sweet."
I'll
it's so
agree.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go crazy fantasy, it's a stretch already. Okay, walking, talking trees. I'll put it in there.
Spoiler.
And then they get into the walking, talking trees, fucking smashing people.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, fucking check mark. You
Yeah.
you already won me over.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because I don't want to see the brown wizard with but I don't want to see the brown wizard
Oh, and the
with
Hobbit,
bird shit
flying around with like the rabbit, like snow
and
sled.
he does nothing. He literally you
Radagast.
don't really even see him in
That's
battle.
another conversation.
Yeah.
That poor guy.
But
Or that
you
poor
see a walking,
series.
talking tree. I'm like I'm already out. And then they start fighting. I'm like, okay.
I don't think you can compare The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings at all, unfortunately, even though they're in the same universe, because one was made from a true, passionate, creative vision to turn a book into a movie,
Yep.
and the other one was made for a Hollywood project to make money. And it's really unfortunate because The Hobbit could have been an awesome, single movie, or maybe even like 2 movies or something. But you can't compare the two, man. You can't. Fucking pissed. Give me a beer.
Face.
Give me a beer. Give me a beer.
No. The thing about The Hobbit
No.
is that
Nah, fuck him.
because I read an article about this. I don't know if it was Peter Jackson
Stop
throwing
reading
him
articles.
under the bus or what, but because Guillermo del Toro was originally supposed to
whoa.
direct
Sorry.
these.
I don't
What's
wanna,
going on?
I don't want to miss this. Okay.
Forrest Gump joined.
So we got Wow So Much Paul. Good name. Well, in Germany, it's not. Oh, he's signing out. I thought he was asking a question. He told us to keep it up.
All right.
Appreciate it. 1%.
What
The
were you
shit's
saying?
off. Thank you guys for tuning in on Instagram. Goodbye.
Instagram is going away. Continue, Travis.
So Guillermo del Toro, because Peter Jackson
Right.
kept turning down the Hobbit
Right.
movies all the time.
And
He was
one of-
originally supposed to do it.
One of the amazing things, and I'm not.
He's trying to tell a story.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No, Guillermo del Toro was originally supposed to do the Hobbit
Yes.
movies.
Right.
So they had all these storyboards and just all this shit ready to go for him to do it. And then he said, wait, never mind. I'm not going to do it. So that's why he's still in the credits. But Peter Jackson was given all this shit from Guillermo del Toro. He wasn't able to take all the time that he took with Lord of the Rings.
Who
to
is
do.
Peter Jackson?
The guy that directed Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies. But I'm saying that he was given and he was forced to use this because they didn't want to spend all the money for all the time to do the new shit. So he had to kind of do
Listen.
his thing mixed with Guillermo del Toro's.
Yeah,
and
that's
that kind of
never
stuff.
a good
feeds
idea.
right into what the fuck I was going to say.
With Han Solo and shit.
No, with the filming of the first 3. Well,
Yeah.
the first 3,
Yeah.
Right.
and they did it within a year and a half.
That's
Yeah,
not
he did
true,
it
is
all
it?
at once.
That is astounding.
They
They
did all
filmed
3 at
everything in
once.
18 months?
A year and a half.
I thought it was longer than
It
that. I
started
thought
in
it was 3
October
years.
and it finished the next December.
I thought it was 3 years of filming.
They
No.
just did it all at once.
Maybe 3 years of full
Well,
production
18
or
months
something.
is still ridiculous. That's still a
Dude, it
long
takes
time.
18
not that
months.
long, man.
It takes 18 months to produce a mediocre BVS. And they did 3 movies that are
To film an
worldwide.
Avengers movie, it only takes them,
What?
like 3 months.
CKY only took about a half hour.
I feel like the movies take about a year.
No. It depends on the movie.
More than a year.
I mean, if a studio has their shit together, like obviously Disney and Marvel / know what the fuck they're doing at this point.
True, but I feel like the time to produce like a Star Wars movie or
But
like
what movie had been
amount of-
made on that scale at that point where they were like
Dude, that
going to
scale
release
was
one
huge,
each
man.
year, 3 years in a row?
The amount
like
of- The amount of fandom plays into it too, though. Because if you think about Star Wars, they literally have to do the movie and then look at it and say, did we fuck up?
Did we fuck up pouring our beer right now?
Did they fuck up anywhere,
Fuck
though?
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you go back and
if
say,
they did,
okay,
they
whoa,
have
whoa.
to hire Ron Howard and now you're all good.
It's not even that, but you get
I know.
to a point where it's like, okay, it's on film. Whoa, I saw a Wookiee in the background. You shouldn't be there. You got to do this.
So
Cover that
let's
shit
check
up.
our Canon Master.
My Cannon Master.
Let's talk about this. So there's a lot of argument. We've already talked about the Han Solo director's debauchery shit. So we're not going
That phone
to
case
bring that
disgusting,
back
bro.
up again because we already went through that.
Say it. I'm sorry.
But-
Start over.
Okay.
Go say it again.
We're going to talk about Star Wars fandom and how Lucasfilm is doing movies. We don't need to go into detail about the Han Solo film because we already talked about the directors and everything and Ron Howard and shit. Do you think that fan opinion and fan requests play a big part into Lucasfilm's decisions? Or do you think that they kind of... So there's like two options. They are going to push ahead doing what they think is best no matter what, or they think they can predict what fans are going to like.
I asked that last episode
Why?
to you.
Why?
I asked the same thing as far as,
don't
do
believe
you
you.
think they would put out a movie below average that they know is not going to meet expectations?
that's not
Or
what
do
I'm
you
saying.
think they would cut it?
That's not what I'm saying. Do you think the fan opinion really, truly weighs
But
on
it's-
like Kathleen Kennedy's mind?
It's somewhat this. Oh,
Do
absolutely.
you think she's looking at
Absolutely.
Twitter and like seeing how pissed people are about Han Solo and making
would
the movie?
I would
don't
argue
think so.
absolutely.
I don't think so.
She has
If they
to.
did, they would have already made an Ahsoka movie because everyone won't stop talking.
They don't have the
fuck shit
budget
about Ahsoka.
for how big.
They have the budget for anything they
No,
want.
they
ever.
don't.
Yeah,
Everybody has a budget.
No.
You can't make everything.
Here's the thing. Episode 7 came out.
They could.
Everyone liked it. The only big gripe that
Don't
happened,
ever say everyone liked it because I hated it. I hated it.
A bunch of old fucks
Never watch
hated
Star
it.
Wars again.
the first time people saw it, they did like it.
No, a bunch of old people hated it.
Oh my god. Okay. My
It's
point
true.
is though.
It's true.
It is true.
Well, but
There's
my
a whole
point is that
group
their
of people
big
that hate it.
problem was that they were rehashing bits from like episode 4.
Right?
I mean, it was,
Right.
but it was better.
Right, but then, Rogue One is coming out and they do these reshoots
came
and
out
everyone is
already.
saying, yeah, I know, but I'm back in time.
You got a time machine?
Yep. Yep. I don't know where I was at.
Can I ride your time
But
machine?
then Rogue One came out, and now we got
So
reshoots.
they were doing those reshoots, exactly. And people were just throwing a huge deal, but honestly, a lot of movies do reshoots. Like, it's not a huge deal.
True.
But people were just making a huge deal
Oh,
because it's Star Wars.
And I think it was also on the heels of Suicide Squad, which had the same situation and ended up fucking terrible. So people were probably like, "Oh God,
I'd like
what's
to
going
know
to happen
the
now?"
percentage of movies made that do reshoots because I would assume it'd be over 50%.
Everything has to do a little bit of reshoots for something.
Well, here's the big problem.
It could be the smallest little thing, and they're like, "Oh, they're doing reshoots. I gotta
True.
fucking make a blog
I
about
guess
it."
we don't know to the well. Everyone makes an article
Well, the
about
big
it.
problem is that it all has to do with money.
Wait, when you say money,
You talking
you talking about that Terry's
Like,
or
Kathleen Kennedy is the fucking producer, so of course she cares. But
Yeah, of
here's the
course
thing:
she
it's
cares.
like it's Star Wars. People are gonna see it anyways.
That's what
let's
we
be
say
honest.
as Star Wars fans. That's
I have
what
a
we
request.
say.
I have a
But
People
don't
request.
saw
know.
episode 1 and they said, "Oh my god, this is fucking terrible." Then they still went and saw episode 2 and they were like, "Oh my god, this is
I have a
fucking terrible."
request.
And then they
That's
still
true.
went and saw
a
episode
request
3.
for the podcast? Can you change that to Instagram?
This
Oh yeah, good idea.
Periscope. I love you. Bye.
Sorry.
I
gonna
don't
be
think
sideways.
she's listening.
No, spin it.
I don't think she's necessarily listening to people's opinions though.
I
to be
would
honest.
listen.
See, that's
The only reason I would say she has to is because those are the people that are going to pay to see the movie. You can't not listen to the fans, and it's hard to. Okay, the only way you can get away with that is, I believe, in more in like the music, where
How do
it's
you
more of
swap
like,
sides?
huh?
How do you swap cameras? Oh, there it is. I couldn't see it. It was like white.
Okay, there you
Oh,
go.
it was.
Yeah, it was like
Please
white.
flip it because they said it didn't work.
Man, fuck those motherfuckers.
It's fine. We can
All right.
see it. It's all good.
They won't be able to see all of us. It's fine. Go ahead. Finish.
I would. in that situation, I can only see it working in music. And for example, Metallica, because they always say, like, we appreciate our fans, but we write our music for us.
That's what Lucasfilm needs to do.
I don't think that would work.
They need to.
For Lucasfilm, because it's kind of a weird thing, because how is that different? Because Star Wars fans are the most critical fans on Earth. Metallica fans are the most dedicated fans on Earth.
So are Star Wars.
But listen, like when Saint Anger came out, even the Metallica fans were just like, no, that's a great album. When a bad Star Wars movie comes out, that was shit. I hate my life, and I'm divorcing my cousin. Blah.
Well, we already know nothing's gonna be better. Nothing's gonna ever be better than 5. You know, why even try?
That's a shit way to look at it, though.
I know. That's why it's fucking obnoxious. But people think that.
Are you saying for example? Okay,
no, I'm saying
sorry.
for.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that.
See, but
7's
hold
my
on.
favorite.
Episode 7 was so. I just feel like Episode 7 was so J.J. Abrams that I don't think that there was so much.
See, I thought he kind of like it was obviously JJ, but he kind of like made it mesh. It wasn't like Star Trek J.J. Abrams, where it was just like.
I was blown away when I saw his first Star Trek movie.
I know. I'm
loved it.
I'm not saying I liked or loved any of it. I'm just saying you could tell it was J.J. Abrams.
Right.
If you saw the Star Trek movie and you went over and watched Star Wars movie or Episode 7, you're like, yeah, clearly.
So are we on the same page? I'm confused.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
but I'm because you made it sound like I didn't like Star Trek, and I
okay.
did like it.
No, that's okay. The
Stop
thing is
ro-
that
wait.
the producer's job is obviously to give the money to make the movie, but also to make sure that there's a profit made. So they do have to listen to the fans in some way to make sure that a good movie's being made.
That was my question.
Well, see, but here's the thing. If Batman vs. Superman was made by the same producers as the Marvel movies, would it have looked like it was?
Should we turn it
Probably not.
or not?
No.
Let us know.
Go fuck yourselves.
Dude, it's a twist to the tick.
Oh my god, just turn the fucking thing around since
Go
it's
fuck
bugging Mopar.
Go fuck yourselves. This shit sucks.
Is that seriously what that fucking says?
Yeah.
It doesn't. Does it really?
You can't. It's. Well, there's not. Well,
Yeah, you'd have to put it like back behind the speaker.
can you
Here we
please
go.
just take it off and put it up here?
All right.
There we go. All right. Sorry for the pause. If you guys are listening to the audio of the podcast,
I'm fucking around.
hang in there.
Okay, but that's the producer's job. So I feel like, yes, they're listening.
Better, douche.
But they're not listening to every detail, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. I wonder if all the ruckus that fans make in like the lead up to a new movie, does it really matter? I don't think so.
Well, see,
I think they had the Solo movie.
let me ask
I
you.
think they had the Han Solo movie figured out before they even announced that they were doing it.
Let me ask you.
Ask me. I dare you.
So let's look. Same thing. Star Wars, Metallica. You get to the point where, but listen, Star Wars, Metallica. You get to the point where
Hey, listen.
money isn't. That's
Right.
not your goal
Yes.
anymore. You want to like change people's minds. Find different things.
That's a whole nother argument too, though.
but
It is.
is it relatable?
Well, because I would argue more that George Lucas in '77 was trying to
Do that.
change people's minds and not worried about the money. And now Disney is like an empire and it is worried about money.
They are.
It might not just be worried about money,
Oh,
but that's
are they,
definitely in play.
are they going about it the right way? The fact that they are like,
I don't
all right,
think so.
we need to see dollar signs.
I don't think so.
But they've done it the right way so far. Because episode 7 was great.
Yeah.
And they've done the right things.
Marvel
but
Cinematic
maybe they've
Universe
done the
has
right
been great.
Maybe they've done the right things for profit, as opposed to Metallica saying, let's just write the music we fucking love and hopefully our fans are gonna like it. That is way two different things. For the monsters of what both of them are.
Yeah.
I wonder what each focus is. Because obviously, if you write an album, you make a movie, you have to make money, because if you don't, you can't keep doing it.
Of course. Yeah.
Until you get to the point where you're fucking Disney and Metallica.
Of course.
So it's kind of a weird mix. It's just an interesting pair and dams.
I think a good example of both is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Yeah.
So Stanley Kubrick,
Tell me about it.
incredible filmmaker. But when he did, he kind of did Spartacus. He wasn't the producer, so he wasn't the biggest person on set. Like he couldn't say everything. But The Shining, it was all about him. Like he bought the rights to adapt The Shining. He's the producer. He paid the money to make the movie. It's his movie. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Right.
Fans of the book of The Shining don't like the movie The Shining, but it's a really freaking good movie on its own.
Yeah, obviously.
So what I'm saying, I guess, is that, yeah, the producers definitely have a huge voice in really any movie that they're obviously paying all the money to make.
Well, yeah, and that's where I think a lot of times that causes problems.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is like, what would movies look like if they hadn't been there? Like, would the Marvel Cinematic Universe suck ass if they hadn't been there?
Or would they have killed off Tony Stark?
But it sounds to me more like the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been
But think about it.
conceived.
I'm sorry.
It sounds like the MCU has been conceived from beginning to expand this like 2-decade ridiculousness of movies.
It has, which I remember
incorporate
when
all
they
these
announced it,
characters,
and I thought it
have
was
this
gonna fail, but it
overarching
didn't.
plot.
Yeah.
That doesn't, to me, that sounds like someone who's a comic book nerd and now director making an awesome creative decision to make this huge thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't sound like the producers making sure they make money. Now, from movie to movie,
Well, the producer
producers
now
step
is,
in
is
and say things. But the
hired by
overarching
Disney, but
thing, the overarching thing of the MCU sounds more like the creative direction of the way the stories are supposed to go. And I wish that Star Wars was focusing more on that and less on
well, that's what's annoying about Disney is that they own Marvel and Star Wars now. So it's like, do you really need to worry that much about money? Like,
No,
let's be
they
honest.
don't, but they do.
Yeah, of course they do.
It's weird.
'Cause they don't
You
want
also have to realize how many employees Disney has.
it. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
5.
5 employees.
Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Goofy Mouse, and
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader Mouse.
But yeah,
I was going to make a comment, but I hate you guys.
the general question is, I think that fans tend to think that their opinion means a lot to the people that are way high up in terms of the creative department of Lucasfilm, and I just don't think that that's true.
Well, here's the problem nowadays is that you do have these people on the internet that just say something just to piss people off, like they're being trolled.
Well,
you know?
of course, yeah.
So,
Shit
like, if you
posting.
look at all these posts about Spider-Man and people saying it's like amazing and it's like 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, like the first 3 comments are people like shitting on it, saying it's like awful and blah blah.
Well, you're gonna have that no matter what.
Right, but then producers are gonna be like, "Oh, holy shit, that's liked a ton of times. So, do we have to change shit up?"
That's
Like,
the problem.
Part of the issue there is if 999 people love the movie and I was a blogger and I want to get hits, I'm gonna shit on the fucking movie.
That's a big problem with the internet.
And if I shit on it, I'm gonna get 1,000 views a second because why did he hate it? It's shit now. Blah blah blah.
yeah, that's a huge problem. Is that people like you have to make, if you work for a website, you have to get clicks to the website, which means you have to make an article with this
It's
kind of
gotta be
headline.
controversial.
It's got to have like clickbait, blah blah blah. It's a problem, and I'm pissed about it. And I wish people would just like make good movies and shut the fuck up,
Like they make good beer.
like Stone. This episode sponsored by Stone
Brewery.
San Diego, California.
Send us free beer. Chicka.
Moral of the story is, fans, we go ahead and keep debating on Twitter, but I don't think Kathleen Kennedy
let's-
gives a shit about what we're saying.
Let's point the fingers at ourselves though.
I
Because we are, I mean, if you want to be,
was trying to
if you
talk
wanna
about a
be technical-
Boba Fett fan film. Somebody brought up, you know that photo from like the Comic-Con like 2 years ago where it laid out the Star Wars movies, where it said episode 7 and then Rogue One, episode 8, Han Solo. Or no, it actually said Kenobi, and then episode 9, and then it said Fett Solo. Do you remember that picture?
oh yeah, I know
From
what
like
you're
2
talking
years
about.
ago?
Okay, yeah.
It's fake, obviously, because
Right.
the third movie ended up being Han Solo. But someone was ranting about that and why Boba Fett would be a terrible choice for a spin-off movie. And
There's so much body to Fett though that we haven't even seen.
from age like 10 to 30, his dad dies, and now he's like the most lethal bounty hunter. We don't know anything. That'd be a perfect
But
spot
it's-
for a fucking spin-off.
Even off that, we've seen him in the Clone Wars grow
Yeah.
as a fucking badass.
Yeah.
So it's not even there's no content there. You have something that happened before the original trilogy,
Yeah.
building up to a fucking badass,
Right.
and nothing in between.
But here's the problem. An older fan
kidding.
that likes the original trilogy knows that Boba Fett didn't do shit. So that's not worthy. They really hold the keys to the kingdom. You have to just listen to whatever they say.
Do we think
Nothing
they
can
just-
ever top episode 5, so you might as well not even try.
Do we think they just don't want to declare the Clone Wars as non-canon because it's so much content? Because it
Well, the
made
new
them
Clone Wars
so much
series is canon.
money. That's what I'm saying, though. So if he's in that, because you guys were talking about him being,
But
the
he's
Clone
only
Wars,
in a
right?
small episode arc of like a few episodes.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's just
And
say
it's still when he's like right after episode 2. He's still like 10 or 11 years old.
Right,
let's
okay.
just exclaim that everything on screen,
Shout it from the mountain.
aside from the original like 2 series Clone Wars, is canon. Everything on screen,
Yeah.
outside of like the Christmas special fucking Dantooine party with R2D2.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Everything on screen.
You mean like TV and movie? And,
TV,
okay, got it.
animated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything on
Bullshit.
screen is canon.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Aside from that, 2.
Even though Disney
2
was so
series.
reluctant to say that the prequels were canon. Remember that?
I was wondering how
I
that
think
worked
they
because
didn't
EA did that fucking gut punch with the Battlefront 2 trailer,
Yeah.
and it was just 1,000%
Yeah.
Right.
prequel.
I think they were kind of easing their way into it. I think. They didn't outwardly say the prequels weren't canon. They didn't talk shit about them. They just kind of didn't mention them. And then
It's
the
true.
first Battlefront was like just original trilogy, not even sequel content. So over the past 2 years, I think they've like worked their way into it. And now Battlefront 2 like hit right. The first scene of the trailer was fucking Naboo
You know what?
and the droid ships.
Let me tell you a fantasy of
Tell me
mine
all about
in
your
the Star
fantasies
Wars
of yours
universe.
in the Star Wars universe.
If Episode 8 came along
What about if episode 8 came along? Tell me about it.
and they referred third personally ish about like a main let's just put, for example, Kylo. If Kylo, the Darth Vader helmet blew up, he's got to leave the Starkiller base. He's leaving. He's pissed off. Whatever. He's got to find some other motivation.
Yeah.
He comes across like a Darth Maul holocron that doesn't hurt anything. It legitimizes the prequels, and it's just a newfound hate, and it just builds on everything. I'm just saying, like you could just make up a new character and say he was like in the background of the Clone Wars and he was evil and he went to dark side and we don't even see him. Or you could just say fucking Darth Maul, when he fucked someone up, he killed Qui-Gon. And he went and fucking meditated for 2 hours straight about how he did it. Because that was the key to killing a fucking Jedi Master, which does not happen.
Very often. Yeah.
He said fucking laser doors and just get mad.
And Ray Park just
and be Ray Park.
I think one of the coolest things that they're able to do now is have
fuck is that? Oh my god!
That's such a weird noise. I accidentally
Like
did
a
that.
giraffe dying.
Sorry,
What was that?
Mopar. I accidentally rubbed the beer glass against the mic. Okay, we're getting back on
I
track here.
think one of the coolest things that they can do in the movies is have subtle things that help tie the story together that diehard fans will recognize. Like if you throw in some little teaser, and I'm blanking on an actual example, but I know they've done this in like Marvel, in the movies, like to tie movies together. Like if you could throw in a little example about just something that happened in the Clone Wars cartoon that only diehard fans will know. But for new fans that are watching the movie, it helps tie the story together.
Well,
Shit like that. I think that's how they can bring some of the prequel stuff in.
It's the same way they did the training probe lightsaber
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker thing.
Yeah.
Do that exact same thing.
Yeah, stuff. Yeah, small stuff like that. Yeah.
Like a known
But even
helmet
But
or
there's
something in the
something
background.
in Spider-Man 2 that specifically ties it. I don't want to really say the spoiler right now, but it specifically ties it to the first Avengers movie.
It's the very beginning.
And if you haven't seen the first Avengers movie, you wouldn't catch that, but it does help the story along. So with or without, it works either way. You know what I
It's the
mean?
very beginning of the movie. It's not really. a
If they
spoiler.
found Grievous's mask or face.
If Grievous did anything good in the movies, that'd be great.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Let's drink about it.
God, he was so good in the original Clone Wars cartoon. Oh my God.
He was a monster.
Grievous.
Yeah.
He's a fucking Jedi murderer.
The original.
Yeah, we were watching this.
He's programmed to murder Jedi.
All right, you got a lightsaber? Well, you're gonna die soon.
I got 4, so stop trying.
My name's Aguirre. It ain't
the best.
I got like 2 things and they broke. So you
Some
want
med
them?
kits and some fucking. I gotta play some KOTOR now. Well, shit.
About had enough.
Yeah.
Rogue Squadron Podcast.
That's how long
Wait for it.
on the feed and on the fucking social media. It's good time as any to end things.
What else happened? What's going on?
That's literally it. Just Star Wars bullshit.
D23 is coming up.
Yeah, the Disney Expo is this coming weekend, so we'll talk about.
Maybe
Hopefully
more Star
we'll
Wars
get.
info.
Hopefully we'll get some Last Jedi, like a new trailer for that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're going to avoid talking about Han at this
They
point.
probably will, yes.
Because they're just enough of the negative press. They just probably won't even bring it up. I feel like they'll just leave it and maybe talk about Last Jedi because people are still excited.
They'll do one of 2 things and directly announce something about it that's good.
Or announce the next anthology film after it.
Ooh.
But all right, so here we are. If they're still slated for a May release, it's about time we get the first teaser trailer. Like we're close to that first time to get a teaser trailer.
We got Last Jedi in
March,
yeah.
which is 9 months before the movie.
Yeah, so 9 months. You said, when does it come out? In May?
May.
That's about 9
yeah,
months.
I guess it's
So
pretty
we're
close.
about like maybe 10 or 11, but still,
Yeah.
that's pretty close, man. So maybe that. But
well, when did we get Rogue
hopefully
One?
the second Last Jedi.
Rogue One was last year's Celebration, wasn't it? Isn't that when they gave a teaser for it?
I don't remember.
I think it was.
But hopefully
So many
more,
teasers.
more Last Jedi information, maybe the next spin-off movie information,
Maybe
maybe
another
some Han
badass
Solo
poster.
stuff. Yeah, poster. Yeah, just more
Poster
details.
reveal was so sweet.
And also, it's Disney, so maybe some more Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff. So we'll see. So we'll cover that once
Phase
that
4.
Once the shit happens. We'll be chatting about it. The next superhero movies to come out are what we got: Justice League,
Justice League, Thor, Ragnarok.
Thor. I'm actually really excited for that because I am a fan of
so
the Hulk, and I cannot wait to see him again. And then we have Black Panther, the beginning of 2018.
Yep, February, I think.
Yeah.
None of that
Pretty early,
matters.
2018.
Fuck you.
Episode
None
8.
of that matters.
Enjoy things.
I feel like there's
I
something,
know, I agree, but
You sound like a middle-aged internet
compared
person
to
now.
I am. I'm almost 30.
I feel like there's something coming out in August that we're missing. No?
I thought so too, and I looked that up because I was like wondering what came after Spider-Man, but it's just like Justice League and then Black Panther.
No,
and
we
Thor.
just had Wonder Woman and Spider-Man.
Yeah, and Guardians too.
Dark Tower is what I was thinking of.
Dark Tower, yes.
Oh shit!
Fuck yeah.
That comes out
Thank
next
you.
month?
Early August, yeah, August 4th.
Yep.
All day.
Shit, man. I can't wait for that, dude. I'm so
Dude, they
excited.
are advertising the
I got 'em
shit out
over
of that.
there.
If that's not good, then they're gonna
Huh?
people are gonna be disappointed.
I got them right over there.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see how they're going to tie it in. If it's just going to be the first book, or
Well-
if they're going to kind of combine a bunch of Dark Tower shit.
Yeah,
together.
We've already
we can
seen
turn that.
they've combined more than one because
Yes.
they show like current age downtown, which doesn't happen in the first one.
Yes.
So they at least bare minimum have done it.
Yes.
Well, the last thing I read is it was going to be something completely original, quote, in the universe, and then it would tie into a mini series that they're going to do that actually is more. like the books.
Pretty cool, man.
That was an article from like a year ago. So I don't know if
Also,
that's
we got
true.
Game of Thrones premiere of season 7
a
next
week,
week.
from tonight.
A week from tonight. A week from
good.
an hour
So
and a
excited
half
for
from
that.
now. Why?
Do you want to see Amelia Clark humidititties?
She's in Han Solo too. All right, friends.
What? She is?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
she
god, I
is.
totally missed that.
And
Yeah.
her and Woody Harrelson.
She was in that terrible Terminator movie, and then
I haven't seen that. I never saw that.
I never saw it.
I gotta watch it.
Genesis.
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 All right, friends.
Genesis ass.
All right, friends. Rogue Squadron Podcast. We recorded some shit. You listened to it.
.com.
Now we're done.
You guys don't have to stop.
Check us out: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Get shit
YouTube, Periscope, all the other stuff. Website, Rogue Squadron Podcast.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell your
Listen
family.
to the commentary.
Tell your grandmother.
Don't let your kids listen.
Don't listen to
your
the episode
kids.
1 commentary though, because Kerner's on it. So
Yeah, it's terrible.
We are gonna
Also-
try to record Rogue One commentary.
Yes, we do need to do the Rogue One
ASAP.
commentary soon.
Oh yeah, you guys need to do that.
We haven't done it yet.
I'd love to listen
And we
to that.
also started, but never did a goddamn thing about it with the turtles.
Yeah, the first Turtles. We did about half, and then like I think
We were too hammered. It was like we tried to do like 7 hours of recording, and we like started with our beer review and all that shit. And we got to that point, we're like, "Hey, you have a fucking."
no, I think my computer crashed or like my Xbox shut off.
We'll
or some
blame it on
shit,
that,
and we're just
for
like,
sure.
yeah, I was pissed about it. So it's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll blame it on that.
So, all right, friends, but we love you. So thanks for tuning in. Follow us on all your shit. Tell your friends, and woohoo!
Guys, I
Never tell me the odds.
have to tell you something.
Yeah, we know you're gay. Great.
My girlfriend beat me in NBA Jam
Oh my god. Oh, really?
at
You guys
level
went to the
1.
arcade?
It wasn't even fucking close.
Did you go to the arcade?
Different arcade.
Different arcade, but
She fucking destroyed me. I lost by like 13. She was accidentally shooting from the other court, from the other side,
dude,
and
you gotta,
making it.
You gotta play as Bill Clinton in that.
You are
game,
not. You are no longer a '90s kid.
Save the dream!